My number two is a towel. I would never throw away a towel. It would have to take an act of God to get me to throw away a towel because that's just useful no matter what. Do you think most people would describe you? Weird, normal, or cool?
Hmm. Normal, probably.
Which one of those do you feel like you lean to, though?
I mean, probably towards the cooler side, I think.
It's pretty hard to say that when you have a Spice Girls album behind you as
Well,
one of
maybe that's what makes
your
me
featured
cool. Like,
albums.
it's up there because my daughters wanted to be on display. Like, that maybe makes me cool in some people's eyes because I'm a good dad.
Hmm. I would say, I mean, definitely in the grand scheme of things. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm a normal person. In
Mhm.
the groups of people that I generally run with, though, I would say I'm more towards the quirky or weird side.
I mean, like personally, yes, of course I'm weird, and we've talked about it on this podcast. Like, I do like tabletop gaming, and and blah blah blah. Like, does that make me weird? Like, it's not like I'm in my basement torturing ferrets. You know what I mean? Like, which some people do. Like, that's weird.
I really love flavored drinks. I don't think that
Just
there's
watching.
anything that I really enjoy more than flavored drinks. I will basically do anything I can to avoid drinking water. I have to be incredibly thirsty before I'll actually just drink plain water.
I mean, I have one of those water bottles with the liters on it or whatever, the
You're one of
ounces.
those people, like you
I
type
mean,
like a race. I
I
don't have enough
definitely believe
hydration today.
as I get older that you like hydration is important. Like,
But
okay.
I think this is a scam. I think this whole thing is a scam. This whole hydration thing is a scam. Because like when we were growing up, hydration wasn't important at all. Like nobody mentioned the idea of drinking water.
No, I don't know.
Water was something that you drank like every 3 days when I was growing up. Like every three
No,
days, somebody like the solution for everything wasn't to drink water, and now the solution for everything is to drink water. Like, hey, my leg is falling off because I got in a car accident. How's your hydration? You gotta
I
hydrate.
I think like anything through time we've learned things. Science has proven things, and I think it's proven that if you're hydrated, that could mean a lot of good things for you.
I'm just saying, it wasn't a big deal when we were young.
I mean,
Hydration.
once again, I just don't think it was on the forefront. Like, what was big when we were young? People still thought smoking was okay, like actual cigarettes.
Oh, I remember people smoking in the house. I remember like people smoking in the house.
God love him. My own father still smokes in his house. So
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of those things like you shouldn't do that. You really like I don't think that people who are much younger than us, people who are in their 20s probably, don't realize how prevalent smoking was. Like that's something that
well,
really phased out. Really phased out.
I will say this: that one of our favorite bars in Orlando was a basement bar, or at least one of my favorite bars. And
Tanqueray's,
you
baby. Well, I told
and
my wife I loved her.
I don't even know if really that's a
Yeah, it was a
all right
mistake.
probably for every it doesn't matter. I just don't think thinking back on it, you walk down there in a cloud of smoke. You spend
Hmm.
hours of other people smoking, and if you didn't have them yourself, and then you went home and it just yeah, it was a great time, but at the same time, I'm all right with cigarettes being banned in bars and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean that's probably an overall generally a good thing. Okay.
But that's the water thing. Like we learn, and I think we've learned throughout the years that having hydration is important.
Oh, so this is pretty evenly split, honestly. I polled the audience. 38% of people would describe themselves as weird, 25% would describe themselves as cool, and 38% would describe themselves as normal. I think by the fact that people are voting to describe themselves as cool, that's a little weird. So automatically they get pushed into the weird category. So most people are weird. But I would much rather deal with like weird people than normal people. I got no problem with weird people.
Going to start the shout-outs with a couple of Jacks here. Jack Evans, Jack Shanahan, Ivana McFarlane, Casey Sutherland, Brendan O'Leary. I always feel like when you see an O apostrophe last name, that just puts them into a different category for me. Ayana Adcock, Isabel. I don't know if that's an actual name, but
wait, their name is Isabel.
Yeah, that would be a little weird, but
whatever.
The YouTube never lies. Mike McCabe, Dave. Where was I? Dave Martinez, Jacob Hertz, Nazkini, and Jude Grayson.
That was like 30 people.
No, that was 10. That
was
just 10.
Well, it seemed like a lot more than 10.
I'm working on not being weird and just evening things out, slowing down the way I talk.
Okay. How's that going for you?
It's very good. It's very great.
All right.
Would you say speaking is difficult for you?
No, that's actually for me something that I'm fairly good at, is communicating succinctly and effectively.
Sure you. Yep. Let's see. Do you watch White Lotus?
I usually do. I don't. Okay, let me ask you if you think this is odd. I will watch 30 to 40, sometimes even 70% of a TV series and then just stop watching it. Like The Penguin, which I thought was incredible. It was amazing. Like Colin Farrell should be nominated for Oscar of the world. Right after I said I have a gift for speaking effectively and clearly.
Oscar of the world, yeah.
Oscar of the world. I've probably watched, let's say there's 8 episodes. I don't know how many there actually is. I think I watched 6 of them and then just stopped watching it. I watched all of Breaking Bad except for the last 5 episodes. I never watched the end of Breaking Bad and watched it all the way up to the 5th season and then never watched it again.
It makes I don't even know what to say. Why would you put in the commitment to not see it through?
I was done.
But just why? There's no why.
I watched 5.5 seasons of Breaking Bad, and then I just was done. I never watched the end of it. Like I couldn't handle it, and I just quit. And I have no desire to watch it again at all. I have no desire to finish the series.
Sounds like you have a problem finishing things.
I mean, I do have 2 children, so obviously not.
Well, 2 out of how many other times? That's not a great ratio.
Oh, you need listen. You only need to succeed a couple of times. Okay?
I have 2 children as well that I think are mine, so I understand what you're saying.
Good.
Speaking of not decent people, and I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but I did feel like this was worth the reaction from you.
Okay.
Russell Brand.
Oh, that's just one of those people that yep, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, right?
Not surprised at all.
Doesn't surprise me. And if you're not aware out there, he was slapped with I don't know how many. I think at least double-digit rape and sexual assault allegations, which once again, not anything proven yet, but I think if you just know anything of him, you're kind of like, yeah, some of it's probably a little true.
Yeah, you saw that coming. As soon as people kind of make that turn where they start to really buy into either a political or a social agenda, like here it comes. And here it comes, right? Because I think you kind of lose your mind a little bit in order to make a big turn like that, whichever direction you turn. And then that comes along with other consequences as well. People don't make big changes like that and just only change in one area. No, they kind of go south in all kinds of areas at the same time.
Well, and then it got me thinking someone that I haven't thought of in a while. I'm like, I wonder what Diddy's doing now. Because God dang, right? You want to talk about somebody, and his crimes are super serious. So I don't want to laugh and people out there think I'm not being serious. But you think of a guy that was on top of the world, and it's now no one even he's gone, and everyone's like, okay, he's gone. Who cares?
I'm just fascinated by how people make that mistake. How can you make this such a huge, obvious mistake that throws all of this away?
Well, I think in his case, it wasn't just a mistake; it was mistakes.
Yeah, like how do you keep doing that? Like, wow, I probably shouldn't be doing this highly illegal thing when I'm a very public figure and have a lot to lose.
I mean, well, he was never a billionaire, but
I think he was
he
pretty
definitely had
close.
more money than he ever probably needed or whatever, you know. But
Oh
now it
yeah.
does. Now it doesn't matter. Um, let's get to the in memoriam part of the show because we
In
do have
memoriam.
someone
300
that we
million.
that we need to talk about. R.I.P. Val Kilmer.
I watched Tombstone last night. That's he's an actor that should have gotten more credit for the things that he did.
Yeah, so obviously I'm a huge Tombstone blah 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 fan. I didn't realize so he gets a lot of discredit for the Island of Dr. Moreau, I think was the movie.
Oh yeah, well I don't think that
which
was
kind of like
good.
crushed his career in the late 90s, they say. He was served with divorce papers while shooting a scene and then
Hey.
apparently went down a spiral and blah 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 and like, you know, not that it's an excuse. But when you look at his run from like the mid '80s to the mid '90s, I mean, that dude was freaking Batman. I think people forget that.
He did have a good run. There's not a lot of other actors you could put a run like that
I mean,
together.
it,
He had Tombstone, Top Gun,
Heat.
Heat.
There's another one in there that I'm missing, of course. And then he finished out with Batman, and then they wanted to bring him back for another Batman movie, and he turned it down. I was reading, like he turned down Batman, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
Oh, it's not your thing. He seemed more artistic of an actor. There was another movie that he was in that was really good. But I
well,
can't
he
think
did
of it.
the Doors. It was Jim Morrison, which was pretty.
That's a thing that I
Pretty
don't
incredible.
ever care about. I've never cared about the Doors or like the Who or any of some kinds of rock bands from like the 1970s, the kind of like stoner acid LSD time bands like the Who. I don't care about that.
I don't know if I want to say this, but I'm gonna say this because you know that
Do it.
I don't mind a little criticism, especially from you. Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd to me, though I appreciate what they've done. I don't know why they became the monster global bands that they were.
I don't actually know any of their songs. I can't.
Yes, you do. You
Led
know Stairway
Zeppelin?
to Heaven.
Oh, but I don't like it. Like I know it. Led Zeppelin, The Who, even the Rolling
well-
Stones, I don't really care about. The Grateful Dead, like okay, it's all right.
I mean, there was just a small, you know, era of music that they made some good music. It's just obviously nowadays it's all country, right? Or whatever. It's all country pop or hip hop, I think they call it too nowadays.
was that a thing?
I think it is a thing. All right, moving on here. Was reading a study and I was kind of shocked by this.
Were you reading a study or were you reading an article about a study? Like I don't think you were reading a study. You were sitting
Yeah, I
there
wasn't
looking at
reading
like
the
the
actual
scientific
study.
papers. Okay, exactly. Let's not.
Listen, this was on the Daily Mail, and the study was done by some independent firm in America, in the UK, about streaming services that the
Okay.
average person, because, you know, we're all cable cutters, right? Our generation and the generation below us, like, no one has cable. But apparently, according to the study, our generation and others
Spit out.
have at least 7 streaming services that we subscribe to.
Yeah,
on average.
We've basically we got rid of cable and then kind of got cable at the same time where we paid for everything. No, I have. But see, here's the thing where it gets misleading is that some of them come as package deals or you get them through your phone or something like that.
Right.
But we have Netflix, HBO. That's it. No, Netflix, HBO, Hulu, Amazon Prime. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I have those. You throw in Disney Plus.
Oh, we have
I
Disney
have-
Plus too.
See? Now you're already up to 5.
But some of them you get through other services. Like we have Amazon Prime, so we get Amazon Prime. So like you're not specifically paying for that thing. And I think that that's kind of Like, if you're just straight up paying for 6 or 7 of them, that's kind of crazy. It's not like included as part of a deal as something else.
Which leads me to a small rant here that no one cares about, but I have to give it 30 seconds. And that is, baseball, you suck. Major League Baseball, you suck. And I don't know why you want to charge people $140 for a season package of MLB TV, and we still don't get our local teams because they're blacked out. It makes no sense. It's 2025. Figure this shit out.
I mean, I think they did
I'm
figure
done.
it out. They did figure it out. That's why they're getting all that money from it, right? It's not that their decision doesn't make any sense. It's that their decision is all about them making the most amount of money. It makes perfect sense to you. And the decision that they made is they don't really care about you. They'd much rather just make money. They don't care about what you want. This is my whole rant with the economy. It's not about providing you with a service. It's about finding out how much money we can get out of you. We've stopped providing services to people. We now just try to figure out how to get in their pocket.
Well, I would let them get in my pocket. They could play in my pocket. But I need to be able to watch my home team without having to pay for a separate, service. Anyways, it's a whole thing.
What's the point of watching baseball? It's the most boring story. It's the most boring thing. Why don't you just look at my wall back here? Like, ooh, look at that paint. Moves about as interesting as baseball. It's the most boring sport in the world. Baseball is so boring. There's no way. There is no way that I could, on TV, watch baseball for more than 7 minutes before I fell asleep. How long could you legitimately watch baseball before you fall asleep?
With the pitch clock that they have now, and games are 2 hours to 3 hours, and they're not 3 to 4 hour marathons anymore. I mean, I watch whole games.
You sit there and you're like watching the game.
Yeah, I mean, not during the day with my children, but I'll watch replays at night. I mean,
it's not the same thing. You're watching the game in the middle of the day.
I mean, if I get a chance, I absolutely would sit there and watch an entire. I mean, I did it last year when the Detroit Tigers were in the playoffs. Watched every one of those games.
I don't think that I can name you who won the World Series. I couldn't tell you.
It's all I will say, and I get why people think baseball is boring, but technically and strategically, it's one of the greatest sports in the world.
Okay, sure.
But
that
doesn't always translate to excitement, and that's fine.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I had this conversation with somebody this weekend. Of the 4 main professional sports, wait, let me start this over. Okay. Of the 4 main professional sports, hockey, baseball, football, basketball, which one could you not name all professional teams?
I mean, I can for all 4, but I would say the one that I probably would have the hardest time with is probably going to be basketball.
I think I could do football and basketball. I don't think I could do baseball. I definitely couldn't do hockey.
Yeah, I for sure could do hockey. Baseball, football, easy. Like I said, I can do them all, but basketball, I have to think a little bit just because they have, teams have moved around in the last decade from city to city. So
okay, like the Cincinnati
Reds.
What's the hockey team?
They don't have a hockey team, and they have the Columbus Blue Jackets.
What's Ohio's hockey team?
Columbus Blue Jackets.
Okay, does Cleveland have a team?
They have a baseball team.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
Anyways, let's move on to our top 5. Shall we?
Ooh, I'm going to be interested to see what you're going to be in your top 5. So our top 5 is top 5 hardest things to throw away. Like, you need to get rid of this thing, but you just can't. STDs are not included in the list.
Okay. My number 5, pretty simple. Books.
Oh, I have that a little bit higher in the list.
Oh wow, yeah, I can't throw away. I mean, I haven't thrown away a book or recycled a book or given away a book in, I don't know, probably since I've been an adult. So,
My number 5 is birthday cards. I can
Ugh.
never get myself to throw away a birthday card. Even if it's from like someone I don't really even know. I keep
You
it.
just can't do it, huh?
I just can't get myself to throw away birthday cards. I got like stacks of them that I'll never ever look at again. But I'm like, no, I can't throw that away. It's a birthday card.
Someone took the time to give it to me or mail it to me.
Like, who's Jesse Plemons? No idea.
Well, I mean, Jesse
He's
Plemons
from
is,
somebody. He's actually somebody famous, right? But I
I
didn't get
can't
a birthday
believe
card
that
from
he
Jesse
like
Plemons.
got famous. But anyways, it's actually a pretty good actor.
Oh, we could do that. Like top 5 actors you're surprised maybe became famous. He would be on that list.
I mean, he'd be pretty damn close.
Yeah, it's like he's a famous actor.
Yeah, like he's actually done really well for himself.
Right, it's like
too.
finding out they're selling Mercedes Benz for 20 grand. Like, wait, when was this? Missed
Not with
that.
these tariffs. What?
Ooh, okay. Remember.
My number 4 is like collectible glasses. You know, like just you go to a tourist hotspot and you get a shot glass or a glass for $5, $10. Before you know it, you have like 50 of them. And for some reason, I can't let them go. For me, it's like going to a brewery and getting like a pint glass or like a snifter glass or something. I can't let go.
I can't sympathize with this in any way because that's something I would never ever buy. I would never be like, I'm going to get a shot glass from my trip to Boise, Idaho.
I mean, I will say it has led to some stories like when I have, friends over if I'm drinking and you pull out a pint glass like, oh, hey, I remember this brewery, like, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, I mean, they just kind of sit on a shelf.
My number 4 is clothes, especially a t-shirt. Because a t-shirt to me can go through so many life cycles. Like it can be my nice shirt, my work shirt, my casual shirt, my workout shirt, then like the mowing the lawn shirt, and then it's a rag. I would say it probably takes me 25 years to get rid of a t-shirt. That's not an exaggeration. The life cycle of a t-shirt at my house is probably 20 to 25 years.
I can attest to that for you. I've
got a shirt right. I've got shirts right now that I wear that I wore in college in 2003.
I mean, so do I, but I can't fit into them like you can. So congratulations to you for that.
Oh, that is kind of an accomplishment if you think about it.
Yeah, dude, we're 20 plus years later, and if you can still fit in, to a schmedium from college, you're doing well.
I mean, I fill it out a little bit more in certain spots, but I'm still fitting into it. Okay, it's your number 3.
Yeah, you do. Ha-ha! Well, that definitely didn't go over.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to.
I stonewalled it.
Yep, you definitely stopped it right there. All right, my number 3 on things that for some reason I just can't get rid of or throw away are action figures. I just
dork.
I just I just can't. I love. I mean, I have a display case of figures in my basement. Like I just can't. Yeah, can't let go. They remind me of so much.
My number 3 is books. I have why would you ever keep a book? Like, I'm never going to read and or look at this thing again, but I'll keep a book.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it was on my list, number 5. I actually go back sometimes and reread them. So, like, they're there for a reason. Once again, it's kind of like the shot or the pint glasses for me. It's like, oh, I read that book. I remember it, blah, blah, blah. It's just, I don't know. Just don't want to let you go.
I would never reread a book. Like, I read it one time. I would never spend, 10 hours doing something and be like, I'm going to do that again.
Dude, I listen, I know you make fun of me for reading. One thing, I haven't read one book about submarines yet this year. And secondly, my wife is approaching 100 books read already this year.
What? How's that even possible?
Because I know.
You need to be wondering out what she's doing with her time.
No, listen, she does her thing, man. My number 2 are recipes, but like recipes that you printed out, or something like that. Like, I don't know why that's funny. Like, there is no need for like a physical cookbook anymore because everything, is virtual.
Maybe you have nostalgia, man.
Yeah, I can't get rid of physical pieces of paper where I've scratched something down or printed something off, like, and they take up space in my kitchen. I just can't do it.
Okay, I don't have a single recipe for anything. I don't have a single recipe written down for anything.
I'm sure your wife has a cookbook or something.
No, she has the internet.
Well,
She
that's
has
kind of
the
my point, though.
instructions on the back of the box.
It's kind of my point. Is you don't necessarily need that anymore because
No,
of
you
the
really
internet and different apps they have. But I like it. I like pulling out the old piece of paper and taking a look.
My number 2 is a towel. I would never throw away a towel. It would have to take an act of God to get me to throw away a towel because that's just useful no matter what. It can be the nice towel, then it can be the beach towel, then it can be like, oh, use this towel to clean. There's no way I'm
Yeah,
getting rid of it. It is going to have to literally fall apart. To disintegrate is the only way I'm getting rid of a towel.
yeah. I think you're right on that. I mean, we have towels here that are tattered, and I'm like, why do we have these things? And my wife will make up some excuse. It's the dog's towel, or it's the outside towel. Like,
You can't
yeah,
get rid of a towel. There's no reason to ever get rid of a towel. I bet people who work at like a dump, when they see a towel, are like, holy crap, somebody threw away a towel and they probably take it home.
I do wonder that, and this is gonna sound gross, but like people who work in landfills, do they ever? They probably take stuff, right? As stuff's getting processed through there. I'm sure they do.
I would think so. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Like, you
I
want
mean,
to keep
yeah.
this?
I mean, I wonder what the biggest get or got from a like landfill is. Like someone was like, "Oh, there's a duffel bag over there. Let me open it," and it has like $10,000 cash in there or
Oh,
something.
I'm sure something like that has been found. I'm sure there's been things that have been found that people threw out.
Yeah.
What's your number 1?
Number one is shoes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
I have this as I've gotten older. I have this really like old man syndrome in terms of like I will use shoes, kind of like your towel analogy. Like
Yeah.
they'll start off nice, or whatever, and then they'll become my lawn shoes, and then they'll
Mm.
become my outside walking shoes, and then they'll have a hole in the sole or a hole in the like the shoe literally needs to be falling apart at its seams for me to recycle it or throw it away.
I only see really the purpose for 3 pairs of shoes. You got your workout shoes, you got your regular shoes, and then you got your like mowing the lawn shoes. You should have no more than 3 pairs of shoes in your house.
I mean, I agree with you that you don't need that many pairs of shoes, but you need a pair of dress shoes, you need a pair of casual shoes, pair of flip flops, pair of summer shoes, pair of boots, right? I mean,
Summer shoes?
yeah,
Sorry, Mr. Fashion.
like boat shoes, like loafers almost. You need a pair of slippers. You need a pair of athletic shoes. I mean, yeah, you probably need a pair. You probably need a dozen different pairs of shoes.
I can give you 5 tops. I can't go beyond 5. I can give you black dress shoes. I can give you brown dress shoes. I can give you casual shoes. I can give you workout shoes. And I can give you mowing shoes. Other than that, you don't need it. Flip flops to me don't really count as shoes, to be honest with you.
What about a pair of slippers?
boat shoes.
You need a pair of slippers, right?
I don't really count those as shoes, though. Those slippers.
Do you have slippers? I love
Of course
love
I have
saying
slippers. I have slippers in a robe, man.
I love saying slippers. It's a great word, man.
It isn't
Slippers.
like I do. I agree. My number 1 is pictures. I don't think I've ever thrown out a picture in my life. Like if I have for some reason a picture in my phone of like bread at the grocery store, like I'm not gonna delete that. Might need that later. I might want to remember that time I went to the grocery store and got confused about which kind of bread I was going to get to. I don't think I've ever thrown away a picture. And deleting them is like I have to really work at it.
Oh no, I am. Other than the things we've kind of mentioned on my end, like I'm kind of a cut dry repeat kind of person. Photos, text messages.
Oh,
I
I'll
mean,
get rid of text messages. So heartbeat.
how long do you have our conversation saved for? Years and years?
Oh, no, I usually delete them the week after. I'm not saving that space on my computer. I'll keep a voicemail. I do this. I keep a voicemail from anybody in my life. Make sure I have one voicemail from mom, one from dad, one from family members, just in case.
You getting kind of misty on us here because I feel like that's what you're doing.
No, but it's a good idea. You should do it. You should have a voicemail from everybody in your life. just in case you
Well,
ever want to hear their voice again.
Yours would be well, that's what I have this podcast for, in case you go. That's what I have it for.
Oh yeah, that's a good reason.